Hey, listen. So yesterday was tasting day, you know.
Yesterday was
You
tasty.
gotta join me one day for tasting day, you know. Just come
Oh,
on.
yeah, Tuesdays. Yes, I know.
Yeah, so-
Well, I can watch it online. I don't have to come out
Well, that's
here.
true. So the Bruno came.
Bruno.
He's great. Went to Vin Expo, brought
Yeah.
back a whole bunch of samples. They all sucked.
Really?
They all sucked.
That's surprising because
Because-
I tasted through his book. He's got some really great wines.
He does, but I don't know why. You know, I kind of have a gleaning of it, but I was having trouble with my palate all morning, and he goes,
I'm having trouble with it now.
Did you have garlic last night? And I don't eat garlic. I really can't stand it.
You don't like it?
Can you believe that?
No, but go ahead.
I'm rare, but and I said, you know, we went to this place called Mas Malo. Isn't that a great name for a Mexican restaurant? Mas Malo, more bad.
Yeah,
But it's downtown, and you know, it's one of the new chic places.
that's
I
because
guess.
it's not a Mexican. It's Italian.
Yeah, right. Well, it said on the menu, Chicano comfort food.
Oh
know what that is?
man, that's
Anyway, it was carnitas al pastor, so it wasn't just al pastor. It was usually cubed or sliced. It was really good, but it must have been a ton of garlic. I couldn't taste anything yesterday. It took almost all day for my palate to come around. Have you ever experienced that
no,
from garlic?
no.
It was
More
weird.
garlic, the better.
Usually, like an antibiotic or something that screws my
Oh,
palate. up.
antibiotics will screw up your palate big time.
But not thing. But it was driving me crazy.
Well, this wine's going to drive you crazy.
This is good.
Campo Marine, Crianza Tempranillo. By the way, Crianza is a legal term in Spain. It means the second tier up of red wine. The first one being, I don't even remember now because you hardly ever see them, but Crianza is supposed to be aged a little bit longer and of a higher
It
quality.
has to be 18 months, I think, in oak.
It depends. No, it depends on the area. It could the areas have different. But 18 months is Rioja.
These guys are amazing. Mm-hmm. This has such great balance, and the nose is so. That's this word, effusive. Ooh,
Wow. Did you learn a new word today?
yeah.
This is an $18.99 wine on the shelf, and $7.99 is a killer reorder price because
And this has just landed here. I mean, it just got here off the boat literally like 3 days ago, which
so
means
did
it's
I.
been shaken up. I know. Well, you
and
look
I've
like
been shaken up too.
You're Sicilian.
This is a really good bottle of wine. I mean,
It's Tempranillo Garnacha and Carigna.
it's amazing. You know, people go, "Oh, I don't understand why Paul wants to buy such cheap wines. They're not ever any good." Well, okay, fine. These wines are unbelievable. I mean,
This is incredible, and I get black cherries, I get raspberry, I get a ton of sort of
and
leather.
it's got some good tannin to it. I mean, it's a real wine. You know, for $9, $8.
I mean, really, if you walked into a wine shop and the guy says, "Hey, buy this for $7.99,"
I'd say no.
Yeah, I don't know, right?
Yeah,
but you take it home and you go, "Wow." In fact, I would donated some wine to the Shoah Foundation, which is Spielberg's foundation to document the Holocaust and genocides around the world, and she wanted to make sure the wines were good. I love when you donate wines. They go, "Are they any good?" Yeah. No, they suck. I put my name on them. I put my name out there for you because my wines suck.
I'm doing a 95 on this.
I'm going 95 too. And then they taste them. They go, "Wow, these are really good." Oh, really? Yeah, geez, shock.
Yeah,
Here's another one. This is from our good
this
friends
wine
at
is
G&G.
outrageous.
And what a great family that does these Chilean wines for us. The brother delivers it. The sister makes the sales call. The father travels between Chile and here and brings the wines in, and they hand deliver samples right from the vineyard. And it's really a great operation and a lot of fun to have them around. And this is just all Chilean. That nose is incredible. But you know what's in there? There's lime in there.
Absolutely, lime, definitely lime, and lime zest. Kind of a shy fruit. I mean, it's really got some sock to it, but you still get the little white peach and the little white nectarine,
Right.
and you know, it's
There's minerality for sure.
absolutely.
And this is classic thing. This is a 96 for me when it comes to Sauvignon Blanc.
I,
This is
you know,
so good.
I'm right there. One of the things though, it might put you off a little when you first smell it. I get a little sulfur that if you swirl the
that'll blow
wine, and that's one of the reasons why you got to swirl the wine, the sulfur goes away.
That's
and-
from backfilling the bottle with, with a little, there's a little sulfur dioxide that comes out of the fermentation. You can still see some of the bubbles.
Well, no, they added. There wasn't enough because when they have to travel a long ways, they got to make sure that the wine's going to be sound, and it just kind of makes sure there's no bacteria in the bottle or the cork or.
So good.
But this is really good.
$15.99 on a shelf if you can find it. $6.99 here.
$6.99 is killer wine. That's just killer. I'm doing a 97.
You know, when I see wines like we did that were tasted yesterday from Bordeaux, France, from the Vin Expo, which, by the way, folks, is the largest wine show in the world. It's like, I think it's a 1 mile of building. It's incredibly large.
Oh yeah, it's like 3 football fields.
It's huge. And you can't, you don't just show up there and decide, oh, I'm going to taste some wine today. It just doesn't happen.
No,
It's just too large.
It's like you have to commit a couple of weeks.
So, and he tasted 60 wines from that one vendor, and he brought back these 8, and they were all bad. I mean, just not good value.
Really, that's surprising.
Just not good value. And here we have wines like this from Libertas, and even this Sycamore Lane, not even, but this is something we've come back to. Here's a brand of wine that's specifically for restaurant use, a house pour. Hey, give me a glass of Cabernet. And generally, those wines just don't have much character, they much value. They just, they're kind of flat, and that's why they're so inexpensive. But these guys, I'd say about every third vintage is really good, and this is one of them.
Look, these wines come from one of my favorite wineries, Montevina, and one of my favorite winemakers, Jeff Myers. They continually make really great wines, and you just hardly ever see them around. And I don't understand it.
I love Montevina wines. I didn't know they made this.
Yeah, this is Montevina.
No, he's in fact, you brought those samples at one time,
right.
and I got tasted through them, and then we never made a deal on them, but they were really good.
Terra d'Oro wines. They're
Terra d'Oro.
Barbera and Sangiovese, and they got the biggest Barbera planting in the state of California up in the Sierra foothills, and those wines are spectacular. They make great Zinfandels, and they're really reasonable.
This has great balance. It's got
Terrific
oak.
Cabernet.
It's got wonderful cassis.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's got a little bit of leather and tobacco. It's got all the little components.
It's really amazing. I mean, I'm a 95 here.
Yeah, for $13.99 on the shelf, which you won't find because it's really just for restaurants. That's $7.99 for more. So I was really happy to have it. Actually,
And they were really happy to give it to you.
Of course they would.
Yeah.
Especially when I send the check.
Especially when you send a check. That's really the best part.
This is our friend's this nickname brand. I've tasted it many times, and all of a sudden this Chardonnay popped up. It's a 2010, and it just blew me away.
And we were talking about labels earlier, and this one is one of my favorite examples. Who came up with this idea?
Doesn't have a big nose, but it's got a wonderful balance of oak and
Wow.
a little kiwi in there and some
Absolutely.
interesting flavors. But why is the N backwards on here?
You'll have to ask them.
Well, I guess I did the stamp.
Yeah, okay, please. God, this is really something very well made. I mean, this kind of wine is the kind of wine that sells for $27, and
It is. It's just got great balance. And I think,
really does. The nose is starting to come out now.
I believe it was vinted for a very sophisticated hotel chain, actually.
Yeah.
And they didn't take it all. And so sometimes this happens for us. We get these great wines that otherwise you won't find on the shelves, and we get a great price on them because easily $14.99 on the shelf if you could even find it. I mean, come on, what kind of Chardonnay can you buy with this kind of character for $14.99?
Where can you buy it for $6.99? At the Wine a Month Club.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm doing another 95 on that too because I'm really surprised at how much I like this wine. I mean, it really has great integration. There's a little oak in there, but it's not overdone, and it's balanced with some great fruit and some nice acidity.
I'll match that 95 and raise you a point.
And that's
Hey.
our show for today, October 2013.